finally. Oh, no, that is not what I wanted. After months of waiting for this, because I was just hoping and praying she would end up playable with no confirmation in sight, we're finally here. And I'm very happy about it, because obviously I have wanted this girl. The hope is to bring both her and her lightcone. There's a chance I won't get one, though, in this stream. If I don't, well, I guess I'm going to have to farm during this patch more to get it, or spend money, which I won't lie, I am willing to do. It doesn't mean I want to do it, though, does it? I'm so glad. I'm just glad it's finally happening. So let's have a go. Let's see how nice she is to me. All I know is it's no tenfold on the first. And I'm also hoping for some Tingyun constellations as well. None on that one too. It's very awkward as well to now get into the habit of pressing the touchpad for this, because obviously I've been playing on PC until now. Let's see. None again. And no Tingyun yet either. Jesus Christ, Sampa, go away. I have pity as well, which makes this all the worse. Okay, one, good. There's a Tingyun. I should be hitting soon, because... Nope. Now. There it is. You can tell from the tickets, the faded edge. Let's see if I get her though, is the question. Oh, bye. All it needs to be is the right destruction character. Nope. Too farewell though, I don't mind that. Let's hope she's merciful. Why you? Not that I mind, but why? Why not a Tingyun? If you're gonna screw me over like that, at least be nice about it. Okay. Nope. Tingyun though. Nope. A Tingyun though. Nope. Nope. I could go into single pole territory now. Nope. Almost misclicked. It's like she is definitely coming home. The question is, will a lightcone? There she is. I would love to go for eidolons, but I can only risk that after I do this. I know I have absolutely no pity on this because I single pulled down hungs. I got a bloody lot of... Okay, thanks Nihility Cone. Jesus Christ. Alright. I just hope I don't fail. It's 75 to 25, so the odds of failing this are really low. If I fail this, I'm going to be actually upset. I don't mind building pity towards this though either. It's not got one. Still none. It's like all it takes is the ticket movement and you can tell if you've got one or not. Not there either. And then the music changes as well, but the earliest you can tell is at this point, and it's not again. This this should be forced. Yeah, there it is. The weird motion blur. Come on. Be the right one, please. Yes! Eyes of the Prey again. Jesus Christ, that lightcone wants to stay. At the very least, I got hers, so I managed to get both of the things I wanted with spare tickets. Do I want to risk pity again? It's like I can almost get another 10. It's also nice to get... Of all the 5 stars I could have got, I don't mind getting Welt, because I do actually use him with Dan Hung. So it's actually a useful constellation. And I'm missing 3 from the standard, which are Japard, Himiko, and Bailu. Bailu I'm probably going to have to force, because it doesn't look like I'm going to get her. Do I want to risk? I'm half tempted, I won't lie. Even if the odds are low, Tingyun being on the banner is very good for me. The game just seems to want to give me Sampo. Jesus Christ. Can you just not? It'd be greatly appreciated. A Tingyun though. Like, this is the thing. If I can get an E6 Tingyun, that's worth. Like, I can't complain about that prospect. It's very good for my account to have that. Just another 2. Meanwhile, I don't use you at all because I don't like the odds on your damage. It concerns me. I prefer consistency. Meanwhile, you're going to be E6 now, aren't you? Jesus Christ. The game just wanted you to come home. It wasn't a debate, it was just a fact of nature. I won't refuse it. Meanwhile, this girl I'm thrilled about. There you are. Optimum gear. My pre-farming guesses were right, which makes me very happy. Because it means I can make this girl a tank immediately without having to have continued farming. Let's see if I can get all the way level-wise though. I've got enough materials for it. Do I have level though in the bag? I don't know if I do. I'm gonna have to sort out refining stuff in a moment too, because Jesus Christ. Clear out all the lightcones I'm not going to be using. It's like I've already got fully refined versions of all of these, just because I like to have one of everything. I don't want to make the same mistake I did in Genshin, where I ended up sacrificing a ton of stuff, and it turns out I sacked a one-of-a-kind sword in the game. I wasn't happy with myself that day. Jesus Christ. Get through all the fodder. There you are. And this should be a lot quicker now. There we go. Maxed out. Good. Now, let's sort her herself. It was... Did I not? Okay. There we go. I still have, unfortunately, work to do, though, when it comes to Payla's kit. I've been leveling relics. I only just got the right relic after sacrificing my old one. By accident. Sweet. And I'll use these little standard pulls too. I should be close to a 5-star on that banner as well, I think.
Danger.
This is the best pre-farmed I've ever been, unintentionally. Like, I knew my guesses could have been wrong, so there was no reason for me to do as well as I did. Didn't mean to do that. This girl should slam like a truck. Based on what her stats told us before her release. We got the post from the Hoyo. Now we get actual looks at her values, which will be very nice for me. And the order I do this in doesn't matter. I do it in the right order, but it really doesn't matter. So, ultimate, 300%, very nice. Crit rate increases by 50%. Ooh, she does not need a crit rate body at all. That's beautiful. The question is, how active is... Her ultimate maintains it if it functions that way. Meanwhile, her talent will trigger it after a certain amount of skills. This girl probably isn't skill hungry, which is also incredibly nice. Let's see this in a second. Okay, there it is. 200%, obtain 1 stack. Meanwhile, it doesn't consume skill points afterwards during the burst. We can hope this girl's very nice about it. Meanwhile, I didn't even pay attention until I just noticed the icon there. Crit damage. This girl is very good potential for absolutely wrecking. And I love it. Let's get the stuff off of Yangzing on her. So yeah, I guess he's getting a crit rate piece because I'm not giving him one. I'm not giving him the crit damage piece. I will eventually aim to upgrade her stuff. I got a lot of break effect for some reason. I'd like it if it was speed instead, but you can't win them all. So let's see what stat she comes out as. So she's going to end up going into 50%, an extra 50%, so she's 80% crit rate active, which triggers her, what's it called, the planar ornament set. Very nice. Very, very nice. If anything, let's just go into team setup and finally put on the thing I've wanted to for ages. Where is she? Add. Hell yeah. Anything else? Let's continue with polls for a bit. I don't mind building pity. Failed that. And it gave me Sampo too after already maxing out. That's just rough. Didn't get there either. Anything new? Nope. Not again. Sampo again. Why are you like this? And again. Jesus Christ. This is just rough. And again. So that's for a pity build-up. If I don't get it in singles. Arlen. Interesting. No. And there's for a pity build. Should have enough for... Yeah, I do. I will get this one. Because I know it's going to benefit me. It's probably going to be a fair bit until I roll on a 5-star lightcone banner again. Because I don't really see a massive need to. I could, though. Is it worth it? I don't know. I don't think it is. I want to. It'd be good if I did. Do I risk it for the biscuit? Do I? Bad encouragement. It's like eventually I'd want this, but at the same time I'm in no need to get any of these right now, so I am really tempted. I'm probably not doing myself any good if I do this, but at the same time, screw it. Risk it for the biscuit. If I get an E1, I'll take that. That'll be a win. Oh, thanks game. Rewarded. Let's see. All it has to be is either Jingliu or Bailu and I've won. I can no longer complain at that point. Right near the end. Hey, he won. Hey, Tingyun as well. That's a win. Worth. Worth. No pity build up, but I got a Jingliu again, so I'll take that as a win. Whenever she uses her ultimate skill, her crit damage increases for more. Jesus. She's a monster and I love it. The thing is, that E2 is really good, don't get me wrong. Just, I actually think the E1 is way better. But yeah, I'd say that's a win. Now, because I have time, get those. And yes, I'm doing the paid. I don't really care if people get upset with me saying, it's not free to play, count me. Ugh. I enjoy the game, I want to support it, but I don't like spending money outright on gacha. But I have no issue with doing stuff like this. Or when I can avoid it, I don't like to. So yeah. E2 Jingliu with an S1. I will take that as a win. The thing I need to do long term is sort our relics more so the substats line up better. But I knew I wouldn't have time to farm more. I saw it as pointless when I could have contributed towards getting leveling mats. So I did that instead. Which to me made way more sense. I'm curious if I should go through like her voice lines, but at the same time if there's spoilers for a companion quest, that'd really suck.
Danger.
Yeah.
To the Xianzhou, I am but an abandoned pawn, a wandering swordmaster. If you wish to avoid trouble, pretend we never met.
No.
Let's forego the pleasantries. What do you want?
At least she cuts to the chase.
The universe is vast. Will we meet again as friend or foe? Dead or alive? Fame is like the clouds, fleeting and elusive. I am viewed as a sinner in the eyes of the Ten Lords Commission, and the Xianzhou has erased my name from its memory. So be it. A sword cuts with its edge, not its name. I have already surpassed my limits, and may soon succumb to the influence of Mara. But given the choice between staring into the abyss with a troubled mind and marching forward blindfolded, I choose the latter. The Sangcheng was once the most bustling of Xianzhou's ships, a place I called home. But when it was devoured by an incarnosphere bred by the plague's author, the
Rahu.
long-life species had to face the truth. That their lives were but a grain of sand in the river of time. Techniques relying solely on the physical form are but second-rate disciplines. Similarly, swords forged with mortal steel don't serve me well. I have stolen a sliver of moonlight that can shine over the earthly world. A sword I control with ease. Let me think. In the beginning, most of my time was spent on swordsmanship and defeating my enemies. Later, I found myself indulging in all manner of wines that Bai Heng brought to me from different planets. And now, watching my enemies suffer has become my newfound passion.
God's sake.
Strange pastimes, no. This sword in my hand, not but a needle compared with the heavenly bodies. How can I use it to cut open a star? I, too, once drew the gaze of an eon.
Interesting.
The only difference was, it was a path I chose for myself. Through the deep recesses of the Ten Lords' Commission on the Shuling, through the Gate of Wonders, and onto a path of redemption. Exalting Sanctum has seen little change in the past millennium. A little dull, I would say. However, Starskiff Haven has grown on me since it was rebuilt after the war. I wouldn't say he's a natural swordmaster, but being gifted shouldn't be a determining factor when choosing an apprentice. Mentors who place importance on natural talent either lack the skills to teach or seek to take credit for their apprentice's easy success. Fame, background, none of those matter. I will teach my techniques to anyone willing to put their heart into them.
Oh, you proud of Jingliu? Good.
I put him under great pain and suffering when I taught him. On the day his skills are perfected, he vows to return the favor. I look forward to it.
I wonder if that laugh is a bit of arrogance, because I wonder if she even thinks he can realistically reach that level.
To take the throne, the High Elder of the Vidyadhara needs to pass a series of trials, during which their physical features slowly transform to resemble that of their predecessors. I see that loss of identity as a curse, rather than a gift. He managed to break free eventually, but should have done it in a different way.
Interesting. She sounds thrilled by the way he chose.
We talked about the stars we flew past, the views we saw together, and the dangers we escaped. But I can't remember the details. The things we said and did together have all been shrouded in a layer of mist. A mist I cannot see through.
Like, she clearly misses her, but I really don't get people thinking that those two are romantic. I don't get that impression at all. But fair enough, people can think what they want. The game probably won't confirm and, you know, deconfirm it, so regardless, we're just kind of in this stalemate.
He is still a fledgling, but I see great potential.
I don't.
Still, One cannot truly understand swordsmanship without sustaining injury and drawing blood in the thick of battle.
Makes sense.
He is just like me.
Wonderful.
There is a hole in his heart. No matter what he does to fill it, the hole remains. The harder he tries, the more exhausted he becomes.
I wonder what happened with Locha since comparing it to Honkai Impact 3rd makes it a little awkward because it muddies the waters, because there's no reason why they have to follow the exact same formula they had in 3rd. But at the same time, Bronya and Seela are close unnecessarily and rushed in Bellabog, so there's a chance they are. In that case, there's potentially a chance that Callan exists in this game's universe, or more did. And that's all they wrote. I'm not going to go through all of these, but I'm going to go through these. Former sword champion of the Law Fu, and the reason behind the Cloud Knight's mythical reputation of God, too early. It's 5 AM, man. Give me a break. Now her name has been wiped from the records, and she's a traitor of the Law Fu, walking on the fine line between sanity and Marastruck. A sword 3 feet 7 inches in length that weighs nothing. It's not forged from ordinary iron, but condensed from a shaft of sharp ice. It glows with a dim light, as if it is a strand of moonlight held in the wielder's hand. Okay, it repeats a bit of it. Hold it in your hand and stab the sharp end towards the enemy. With a gentle flip of her hand, the woman in armour called her sword as if alive. The sword leapt out of the weapon rack, sliding into her grasp, and out of its sheath in one fell swoop. The blade then stabbed into the air beside the girl, humming intently. You got that yet? If so, go fight the most common war beasts the Borisin use in their ground forces. Once you've killed 10 bloodshot war wyverns, I'll consider your first lesson complete. She remained silent, her eyes darting left and right. This was her first time stepping out of the ward since being rescued, and the first time ever in her life she had touched a weapon known as a sword. Okay. So this would have been after the Chong Chong was destroyed, and this is what encouraged her to pick up a weapon. I've dismissed the healers and helpers. They won't come to you without my orders. The Calamity and the Changshan left a few survivors. I don't know what you've been through before the rescue arrived, but I don't want to see you wallow in past horrors like this for the rest of your life. It's okay if you don't want to talk. You can speak with this. You can use this to vanquish the monsters that took everything from us. There are now few things as wondrous as this left in the world. The woman in armour remained composed, her gaze cast onto the long sword by the girl's side. The mirror-like blade showed her reflection. Then a swarm of razor shards swirled up in a tempest, dragging the girl into her past. In the dimly lit sky, the demonic planet named Rahu was wailing and singing, hurling towards everyone with lands and mountains ablaze. On the streets, people were screaming, writhing and roiling in an apocalyptic despair, as the golden tendrils sprouted and grew feverishly in every orifice of theirs. Ugh. So even coming into contact with that thing turned them into completely Mara-stricken on the intense scale. That's awful. She watched everything unfold, paralysed. Her organs felt like they were boiling. Something suddenly surged and churned in her choresis, like a ripe wheat grain about to burst out of its husk and swell into infinity. The mountain held towards her face made her realise she was but a mere fly about to perish at the mere flick of an emanator's fingertip. In that split moment, I'd assume that's a typo, before death claimed her, she grabbed the only thread she could hang by, a sword 3 feet 7 inches in length, weighed about 7 catties. What the hell is a K? What? That's got to be a measurement I don't pay attention to. I'm going to have to look that up later because I don't know what it is. Oh, there it is again. God, what the hell is that? Okay. A sword 6 feet 5 inches in length and weighing 14 k's. This is the Cloud Knight's greatsword that must be wielded with both hands. Its edge contains enchanted fire that can split open the mecha beast in her armor at the moment of contact. There are 12 flying swords providing support connected into her spinal meridian from the acupuncture points of Daiju to you. Oh god. This is too early for me. God. She needed to think for these swords to instantly span out like a blistering storm. She was still unfamiliar with the way of the sword. She still had lots to learn. The woman in her armor had no time to teach her before the woman was tasked with leading the army on the field. Therefore, the girl's second lesson is to be learned on the battlefield. Taught by the enemy, she would fall. Stab is easy, but swift monsters won't run into the sword's tip on their own, or let the girl execute them. That is how she learned slash. Entangle is next. Against monsters with overwhelming strength, the girl learned how to parry with the back of the sword to deflect enemy attacks. She believed she had learned enough of the sword, and therefore leapt onto the mecha beast Warpawn Gigantus that dwarfed her at least 10 times over. She broke all of the swords she brought with her, and only managed to leave a few dozen cuts on the enemy's gigantic body. She was whacked away by an enormous hand. Lying in the blood-soaked mud of the battlefield, she was once again swallowed by horror. In that split moment before death claimed her, she finally understood that even the art of swordplay had its limits. An arrow filled with blazing fire blew off the Gigantus's head. Get up. The woman in armor looked at her. I don't want to learn the sword anymore. It's useless. Useless? It's pretty useful in my hands. It is the wielder who was useless. Jesus Christ, that's striking someone while they're down. If you don't want to learn the sword, what do you want to learn? The alchemical arrows on the pilot skiffs, the blazing fire flung by divine crossbows, or the artillery of the zooming Xianzhou. Such instruments would also be enough to destroy that demonic planet. You want to learn about them? Fine. Those things can kill the enemy even from beyond visual range. I just don't understand why you insist on teaching me the sword. From the general to the smallest pawn, every Cloud Knight starts by learning the sword. The various constructs provided by the Artisanship Commission can certainly kill the enemy for you, but those deeds are to the merit of the material rather than the person. If there comes a day that the quiver runs empty, that the star skiff crashes, that the aromatons freeze, who will protect you? And who will protect the Xianzhou? Hold this sword. Remember, it would not be a true fight for humanity if Cloud Knights didn't wield the swords and march onto the battlefield themselves. Rather than letting Ingenia do the work for us, we will show our final victory to those inhuman abominations by our own blood and prowess. The woman in armor turned and departed, leaving the girl and the broken sword in the training room. A sword 2 feet 1 inch in length. Only its broken fragments remain. Okay, neat. We actually get an allusion to how much she struggled to learn. A sword 5 feet in length, weighing as heavy as 3,000 What? Yet again, the bloody weight thing. Okay, the ebony blade simmered with a sanguine sheen. Okay, this is probably the sword shown in the actual lightcone, and the one that Blade wields. The sword was forged from the non-stop tempering of extraterrestrial ores, a complete deviation from conventional weaponry. Untamed and unyielding, the sword mirrored the defiance and hubris of its short-life species creator. Interesting. Once, she had only swords as her companions, but now she found herself with many friends. Oh. The day she was crowned as the sword champion, the craftsman attended the ceremony in a black garb and cast out the sword he bore. The sword sank deep into the ground, leaving only its hilt above the soil. All attendants were shocked. Only the sword champion of the Lawfu, Cloud Knights, can tap into the full potential of this sword I've crafted. He gave a toothy grin. So who is this Yingxing, considering the black garb, and we know who Blade likely is? The High Elder of the Lawfu, as haughty and detached as the high moon in the sky, felt an irresistible temptation to duel with her upon witnessing her peerless martial prowess with just a simple glance. Okay, Danfeng, okay. The sword and spear sparred for many years without conclusion, until she cleaved the ocean tide in twain with a single slash in Dragon Vista Rainhall, and finally won the High Elder's concession. Neat. A well-travelled nameless who had flown across the cosmos had steered vessels for her, bringing divine nectar from the other side of the universe to share with her, and gazed upon the scintillizing stars by her side. Okay, so Bai Heng. I will cut down even the stars in the sky. She still vaguely remembers the boasts she made in the moments in enuberation. That burning planet rushing towards her in childhood memories, that horrible nightmare that would never let her go. Those scenes are no longer so terrifying. This is the first time she understands what wanting to live means. In all her years of wielding a sword, before this moment, she was simply someone ready to die. And then there was her student. Hey! She recalled the first time they met. This young but devious child had asked the same question as she did. Master, why do you insist on wielding a sword? There are thousands of weapons out there that can kill an enemy. If you want to destroy that planet, the Zhu Ming can probably do it with its artillery. This is like asking a poet why they wrote poems. There are many ways to express oneself, but this is the only way for me. Now he has also become a shining star amongst the Cloud Knights. Oh, she's so proud. Hey. Also, it's neat. We see the change in her perspective between the character stories. Originally, she questioned it as well. Now she's so sure of herself that she's willing to try and cut open a star with just a sword. She doesn't have a master anymore. That woman in armor perished on the battlefield and can instruct her no longer. Nor does she need a master anymore. She knows everything there is to know about swords. They are a part of her body. They are the intake and release of her breath as she walks and sleeps. People call her the Transcendent Flash, the pinnacle sword masters, a once-in-10 millennia hero. However, she knows that her sword is still not enough to cut down the star in the sky. Even if she is holding the greatest weapon in all the Xianzhe, a sword 5 feet in length weighing as heavy as 3,000 catties, the ebony blade simmers with a sanguine sheen. Neat. A sword 5 length... Okay. A sword 5 feet in length, weighing as heavy as 3,000 catties, the ebony blade is covered in cracks and the tip is broken and lost. Amidst the countless wars, she wielded this sword, and alongside her comrades and disciple, battled her way into the vast ship, decapitating the wolf-like head of the bosun, Warmurta. She also climbed into the sky-pierce flying citadel, shredding off the feathers of the feather guards. She fought the Iron Cavalry, oh my god, of terminology that's something I'm not going to be able to pronounce right, or if it even has a right pronunciation, sealing all the riders of the 6-legged steeds into prison. Whichever way her sword was pointed, no abomination can escape death or imprisonment. She had never expected she would point this sword at a lifelong friend. She gasped, barely holding her wounded body together. Far away, deeper in the delve, there came an anguished roar of a dragon, as if seeking deliverance. Oh, we're getting more info on it. Like, we got this from a Vidyadhara egg when roaming the delve. Ooh. She watches as the arrogant craftsman falls into the mud and walks up to him like a wraith. I should kill you first, but you will have your own torment to bear for all eternity. She points to the broken sword at the High Elder. Impossible, the Preceptor said the blood of my race and the soul of my ancestors should have created another High Elder. All of this, it shouldn't be like this. If your death can return everything to how it was, I would do it, but you need to tell me that dragon's weak point right now, the top of its head. The half-draconic abomination swims through the air in blasts of lightning. Its body, enough to swallow the very horizon, sunders yet another floating isle. Its wails are loud as the clamours of thousands of swords clashing. She feels a core acid burning, like a ripened wheat grain about to erupt and casting its casing and swell eternally, which is mentioned in the first character story. She sees herself trapped in childhood nightmares again. The ominous planet is swallowing her overhead, and she, but an insect, cannot even struggle. The woman tears off a spread of black silk from the edge of her skirt and covers her eyes. The thunders strike. She leaps up with her sword towards the draconic abomination in an illusion that feels half like a dream and half like reality. She feels her flesh has finally transcended its limits and has started to disintegrate. There are restraints binding her like strings, tightly wrapped around her limbs and organs, slicing apart her final shred of self-consciousness bit by bit. Suddenly she hears those words, "I will cut down even the stars in the sky." At that moment, she finally grasps the sword she had been seeking all this time. It is a sword that can transcend all restrictions. It is a sword she has been familiar with for years. It is not forged of any ordinary iron, but condensed from a shaft of sharp ice. It glows with a dim light, as if it is a strand of moonlight held in the wielder's hands. A sword 3 feet 7 inches and weighs nothing. So yeah, that's the mention of lightning is kind of a confirmation, I would say. You can disagree, but it's like the assumption is Bailu was Baiheng after whatever the hell was done to her. Very interesting. Well, there's that, I suppose. Something I am gonna also do real quick is go onto the profile and swap the image, because Lord knows I want her displaying properly. My girl. Hell yeah. Also, I hate that showed. Oh well. Is there anything else I need to solve before I stop streaming? Yeah, this. They couldn't have let me finish off Tingyun, could they? Close enough, though. Arlen, I'm never gonna use, probably. Actually, I could test her. I haven't even done the trial run because I wanted to use her now. But the thing is, her team is incomplete. I need Tingyun better sorted. It's her relics. It's like you can see the stats on them. It's like both of these two are in risk of getting absolutely smacked. But I can still try. I'm not opposed to trying. I intentionally left Memory of Chaos alone to see if I could just have a mess around using this girl. Okay. Not the right elements though. in order to get her to work in this situation, I'd have to force it using... not optimal. We'll go this way first. Are there going to be any actual ice ones? Nah, not yet. No checking. Okay. Luca. It's that button again. Okay. The aim is to just want to use Jingliu here.
They don't look happy to see us.
Of course they don't.
Will of preservation.
When are they happy?
Does that hurt?
I still need to sort the relics of some characters. Pretty damn bad as well. Good for you.
Trickier to crack.
Stand still.
Step out of it.
Lance at the ready.
Relax. Good times. No time to say bye. Boom.
I need to tweak this skill set as well. Substats could be better. Main
Lance
stats are fine.
ablaze. Lance forward.
Cutting the net. They don't look happy to see us.
Will of preservation.
Does that hurt?
Trickier to crack. Time for a buzz.
Say bye to breathing.
Say bye
This
to
combat
breathing
needs
indeed.
optimizing. This is double speed.
This woman.
Small fry. Get cocky. Where's the applause? Let's see some sparks fly!
Stand still.
Now we're talking.
Oh, it
Can
didn't
I
push
have
her.
fun this
Okay,
time?
fine, I see how it is.
May as well kill them all.
This will though.
Good times. No time to say bye. Boom.
Well, Danheng will do what Danheng does. In a sec. Let's go.
Caution does not mean cowardice.
Trust, I know.
Stay. What if the cloud song?
Do we still have the upper hand?
Right, this one doesn't have its immunity, so I don't actually need to do that. It's not worth
Ready for
doing.
another? Specimen sighted.
I sense a storm. Heaven surge.
Damn it.
Rise.
Jesus. He is not for numbers.
Awaken dormant scales.
Here's where it
World cleansing dragon.
Bye.
Caution does not mean cowardice.
Do this one.
Stay. Water keeps the clouds soft.
I aim to try and test her in
Still have the upper hand? Enemy data secured. Network
using memory
activated.
chaos.
Time for
It's
good old
just
counterattack.
the first one doesn't have ice presence. I can't. Yeah.
The strength. The heavens surge. Break!
Ready for another?
Of all the people to die to, Pale is not the one you want on your resume. At the very least, I'm going to get mats for this. Please be ice. Yeah, that's what we want to see. That's all I wanted. You've given me what I wanted. That's it. That's a win in my books. Wrong button press again out of habit. 2, 3, and she's gonna die. She just will. Meh. I need another healer really bad. Finally, my girl.
The moon shines on the truth.
Bring it. Die. And I hate the ape too, so this just works
Do
for
we
me.
still have the upper hand?
I don't need to worry as much.
Commencing research. Let's be friends.
Bring it.
Blade of moonlight.
Hey. Ooh. Let's see.
All will be revealed
Just to see if it works the way I think it does.
in lunar flame.
I'm so glad they fixed the eyes. Okay. So yeah, it gave me back a stack.
Do not concern yourself with the outcome.
Just the one. Okay.
The moon shines on the truth.
Bring it on.
Do we still have the upper hand?
Freeze is good. That's a nice application. Bye.
Welcome, customers. 1,000 wonders to raise your spirits. Fight as one.
Gotta love the default of the game is just like, yeah,
Enemy data
give it to
secure.
the healer.
Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
No.
Stand down. Blade of moonlight.
High threat target ahead.
Will of preservation.
Trickier to crack. Time for a buzz.
Stay back, Clara.
Judgment is here. I'm on guard. For your sins.
Slam me back, I don't care. It does nothing.
I'll end your misery.
Stay back, Clara.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. I want to protect everyone too, Mr. Sora. You took the bait. Don't mess with me.
Hello, birdie. Bye.
High threat target ahead.
Will of preservation.
100% quick. Trickier to crack. Time for a fun.
Lance ablaze! Lance forward!
This combat needs optimizing.
Kill this one
This
for
is double
vulnerability. Dig. Yeah, okay, good. I was about to say.
Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Stay back, Clara.
Smack.
What a headache.
Hide.
Don't mess with me.
Rude.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Lance at the ready.
Let's just mess with artifacts. Real artifacts. Wrong game. Relics. That's what I meant.
Do you want to enter the Forgotten Hall?
Yes, I do. Ah, more ice. I love that. That makes me happy. Now. I get to use 2 teams I'm looking forward to messing around with long term. Good. I don't really need it, so we'll go here. Yep.
I taste malice in the air.
Yeah, the freeze odds are really
Do we
good.
still have the upper hand?
Nice. Die.
Let's be friends.
Starting off with a
Stand down.
stack makes me happy. Let's go. To the moon.
All will be revealed. In lunar
The
flame.
animation. And stack back up too.
Do not concern yourself with the outcome.
Do we still have enemy data secure? Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Welcome, customers.
At least it's default going to her, which is what I actually want.
1,000 wonders to raise your spirits.
And then it decides to immediately not again. Okay. Let's go.
Blade of moonlight.
Those numbers. Early stages though. I shouldn't get so happy about it, but it's because it's early stages, but come on. Come on.
Stay. What it is the cloud saw.
Smack. Let's go.
Trickier to crack.
Let's begin.
I'm on guard.
I sense a storm. Heaven's surge. Break! Awaken, dormant scale. World cleansing
I need
dragon.
to finish up a lot of relic sets with levels. I've got the main stats already set up across the board. Like I've farmed from everything but Bronya needs a piece that has energy regen on her rope for the energy related set. Which is frustrating, but it is what it is.
You know nothing of they'll
crit.
survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
It's time.
The strength. Heaven's surge.
Crit
Rise!
rate and attack, there we go. Well, crit rate and damage, all done.
The consequences are mine to bear.
Indeed. Let's go.
Will of preservation.
That one, this one.
Water heeds the cloud song.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward.
Japard can be annoying as the boss in
Trickier to
Simulated
crack.
Universe, only because I can't be bothered dealing with the shielding. It should be less of an issue now.
Leave it to me.
This
It's not
combat
hard,
needs
but it just
optimizing.
takes time.
This is double speed.
Time I could be spending doing other things with.
Heaven's surge. Break! Awaken, dormant. World cleansing dragon.
Let's begin.
It's time.
I sense a storm. Heaven's surge. Rise!
It's just a little overkill, it's fine. Just knocking cables, wonderful. Don't pull anything, that's all I care about. Yep. More ice. Oh, ice and imaginary, that's annoying. I don't have a wind DPS or a fire DPS. Damn it. This is gonna be fun. So, one team gets one, the other team gets the other. I'd say it's probably easier to use ice for this, to be honest. Let's have a look. Yeah. There. Yeah, ice and frozen res. And the stupid monkey. Okay. We'll go down hung. But to be fair, yeah, the gorilla doesn't have any. It's fine. We'll just use Silver Wolf for it. Silver Wolf and this one. Then we're getting closer to the level threshold where, you know, the characters are accurately representing what they'd be facing. Okay. Yes. God damn
Caution
it.
does not mean cowardice.
I bloody hate seeing that goddamn gorilla here. It always upsets me because it's such a pain to farm relics from. Or at least it
Trickier to
was
crack.
when I was farming, because I was farming it before I got down hung, so it was just a nightmare.
Time for a buzz.
Enjoy imaginary
Leave it to me.
weakness.
I'm on guard.
The strength. Heaven's surge. Break! Awaken, dormant scales. World cleansing dragon.
You took the bait.
There we are. Now the annoying one.
The consequences are mine to bear.
Indeed they are.
Will of
Now,
preservation.
Stay.
the thing is, I also have to bear them with you dealing with this thing. Let's go.
This combat needs optimizing. This is double
The
speed.
thing is, I'm gonna need weakness affliction on it.
Trickier to crack.
So Walt's gonna have to single target,
Let's
and it
begin.
went for the wrong element. Of bloody course it did.
Lance at the ready.
That's annoying. Okay.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward.
I sense a storm. Heaven's surge.
You know nothing of the survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Can I get a brick of any kind? Okay, yeah, we're gonna rush the turn forward instead. Annoying.
Heaven's surge. Rise.
Still a good chunk, but at the same time, it's not the accurate
Can I have
level,
fun this time?
so it means nothing.
Stand down.
Oh look, how intimidating.
The
Minimal
strength.
damage.
Heaven's surge. Break.
More enemies.
Just keep hammering it away.
Leave it to me.
I'm on guard.
I sense a storm. Heaven's surge. Rise.
Difference. There we go. And now to Jingliu. Yes.
I taste malice in the air.
Yeah, yours. Who cares about the enemies? They don't matter.
Do we still have the upper hand? Let's be friends.
So yeah, the
Tedious.
speed loss doesn't really matter when her technique triggers because you're freezing the enemy, so they're frozen, so they have to use the turn to fix themselves. Let's go.
Blade of moonlight.
I want to test something as well.
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old
If I
counter.
can make the enemy survive long enough to make me trigger it. So
Ready
I'm
for
not
another? Welcome, customers.
just hit something random.
Specimen sighted.
It trying to escape means nothing to me.
Better late than never.
Ready for death.
And then do this now. So the mode doesn't end. Oh, let's see if
All
it
will
does.
be revealed. In
Because
lunar
it doesn't
flame.
seem to have yet. And you get a charge back. Okay, that's a neat little tech.
Do not concern yourself with the outcome.
Interesting.
The moon shines on the truth.
Let's go.
Do we still have the thousand wonders to raise your spirit? Fight as one.
Why would I want to pale over girl? Like, her energy gain is more of a nightmare. There's a reason why this girl has energy gain on her.
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Stand down.
Then she'll trigger. There it is. And then this.
All will be revealed. In lunar flame.
Beautiful. Yeah, her damage output is wonderful. Now we should be back to the right sort of level. Nope. Still one under. Lightning works for me. Got my ear. Ugh. That and that.
They don't
Will of
look happy to
preservation.
see us.
Trickier to crack. Time for a buzz.
May as well kill them all.
Don't get cocky.
I'm on guard.
Relax.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward. Not a scratch.
Can I have fun this time?
Say bye to breathing.
This combat needs This is double speed.
Good times. Now time to say bye.
Boom.
Stand still.
There we go.
They don't look happy to see us.
There. God. There.
Will of
Sorry about that
preservation.
if it was loud.
Does that hurt?
Where's the applause? Let's see some sparks fly!
Nature mastery of immortality. Trickier to crack. Time for a buzz.
Relax.
Lance at the ready.
Long term for Nihility, I think a character that's either a
times,
healer,
never last.
shielder, something that
to
contributes
say
towards
bye.
helping allied DOTs would be
You took the
ideal,
bait.
but I think it'd be incredibly specialised. It'd be specifically for Kafka comps.
May as well kill them all.
The punches decide.
Stand still.
Entangle. To my heart's content.
I'm on guard. Lance ablaze. Lance forward. Not a scratch.
Can I have fun this time? This combat needs This is double speed.
Beautiful.
Relax. Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
Caution does not mean cowardice. Caution does not mean cowardice.
I heard you the first time down
Stay.
there. Let's go.
Wanna keep the clouds soft.
Do we still have the upper hand?
We'll see,
Custom
won't we?
incited.
Let's begin.
The strength. Heaven's surge. Rise!
Wrong order, but oh well.
Awaken dormant scales. World cleansing dragon.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. We have the upper hand. Commencing research.
I sense a storm.
Shit. The team modern move.
You know nothing of the weight behind survive
Damn
or
it,
be destroyed.
that's annoying. Okay.
There is no other choice.
But how come he... How come his turn... okay. Fair enough. They'll probably kill still. Yeah.
The consequences are mine to bear.
There weren't really any sort of worried down, huh?
Stay.
What a heave the clouds saw.
Enemy data secure.
They can
Net
just
markers
take
activated.
even
Time
more
for a good old
damage.
counterattack. Ready for another? Specimen sighted.
Leave it to me.
Even more vulnerability. That's
strength.
fair, right?
Heaven's surge. Break!
It's not like it's overkill or anything.
I'm fine.
Commencing research. Here, try this.
Timely treatment.
Let him heal a bit.
Stand down.
Commencing support. Ready for another?
I sense a storm. Heaven's surge.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Heaven's surge. Rise!
Sweet. No ice again. That sucks. They can wait for another time then. I've done plenty, I've shown. Oh. That was annoying. So for me, time is going to be spent farming to get a ton of relics leveled now. Which is mildly frustrating. But it's like, for Pale it's necessary, for Ting Yun it's necessary. For the Trailblazer it's somewhat necessary, because even if eventually I get Japard or some other kind of shielder, I'm still gonna need the kit to swap over. Then Luca needs it, Bronya needs it, she still needs the ER rope as well. And then this alternative healing set, which will be for Bailu, needs it. This boy can get the other set that was available for Jingliu for the time being. It's 2 pieces each, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was this. Yeah, it was that. Right, my boots will have gone elsewhere. Okay, I'm gonna need to swap another piece, aren't I? Yeah. Swap the head for a hat. Crit damage probably would be better. This one. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I can live with those pieces for now. And then I'm gonna assume they're up top if they're still here. Yeah, I put them on hook, didn't I? And there's Boy long term if I want to build him as well. Alternative shielding set. Yukong has a support set for her. More healing setup, though it's not healing bonus there. So I don't really need to worry about much else. Oh, there's crit damage here. Okay. I'll look through the pieces again later. Either way, I'm happy ultimately with my polls. The debate is, will I be able to skip next patch when it comes to gacha or not? Because at present, we don't really know what the new characters do, just what path they follow. The abundance one has my attention, but until we have guarantees on what she does, I can assume it's a skip. If not, then I probably should have saved the 70, but I'm also very glad I've got a E1 Jingliu, so we'll see. Take care, guys. Have a good night, morning, day, whatever time it is, wherever you guys are in the world. And if you haven't already, I'd appreciate if you liked and subscribed. And I will be, after this, recording the Trailblaze mission that we get and the companion mission, and I'll edit those and release them in the following days.